I would like to just give you some financial tips today, how to make your money last. I've got 5 here. Number 1, consider buying used items, things that have been gently used. For example, used cars. I have never bought a new car. I think I've mentioned that on several videos now. But I never have. There's reasons for it. They've been out of my reach financially. They depreciate so rapidly. When you buy a brand new car, just days later, it is depreciated significantly in value. The first year, it takes a nosedive in value. I mean, generally speaking. And so you that can afford brand new cars, praise God, and may the Lord bless you. But me, in my situation, it's never been a good idea. So I've always bought used, and many of my friends who have managed their money very properly have bought cars that are 2, 3, 4 years old. Now, earlier on, I had to often buy cars that were 10 years old and try to keep them maintained and so forth. But consider point number 1, buying used. Not just used cars, though. I have been with several millionaires, and I'm thinking of one of my millionaire friends right now. And I was with him on a Saturday. He said, let's go through this thrift stores. Okay. And that day, as he commonly does on Saturdays, he goes place to place just looking. And that day, as we were out, he saw a shirt that fit me. He says, hey, you want that shirt? I said, yeah. It's not this shirt, but it's a shirt very much like it, gently used. I think he paid $1 for it. Maybe it was $2. He bought me the shirt. And it turns out that this guy, who's worth well over $1 million, maybe $2 million, he manages his money and he looks and buys things that are used. Buying used is a way to live within your means and a way to be a good steward. And so consider buying used. Point number 2. Number 1, buy used. Number 2, pay cash. Oh yeah, pay cash. As I started Bible Truth Music, I've got one of our hymnals right here. As we started Bible Truth Music, that was 34 years ago now. A preacher that I really admire is with the Lord now. His name was Harold Seitler. He had a rough voice, and he was really a remarkable preacher. And he gave me a piece of advice for Bible Truth Music. He said, use the double entry accounting system. Well, I was so young and so green. I said, yes, sir. I said, sir, what is the double entry accounting system? And he explained it some to me. And I've basically used a double entry accounting system ever since then. And if you don't know what that is, you need to look it up and study it. And here's what I've done, even about this hymnal, about publishing our hymnal. This is beyond what we can print in-house. This is our spiral hymnal. It's beyond what we can print. And so we had to go outside of our organization to have these extraordinary hymnals. It's extraordinary work, printing a hymnal. That's big. And so I got bids from several different printers. I'm talking about pay cash. I got bids from several printers. And then I located who I thought was the very best printer. They did the best work, the best quality work. Well, I got all these bids in. Well, the one that did the best quality work did not have the lowest bid. And I called them. I said, I was really hoping that you would get the work because you do the best quality of all the printers we looked at. But you were not the lowest bid, I told them. And they said to me, well, Mr. Fox, you have to understand that quality printing comes at a price. And we probably aren't the least expensive, but we have real value for what we do. I said, I understand. Still talking about point number 2, pay cash. I said to the man at the printing organization, I said, well, I want you to know that I have saved all of the money for the first printing of the hymnals. I've got all of it in the bank. It's all in the bank. And I said, I like you so much, and I've researched your organization so much. I said, I'm willing to send you half of the money immediately before you even start on the job. But you've got to have a better bid. I said, in fact, you're going to have to sharpen your pencil, was the expression I used. You're going to have to sharpen your pencil to get our job. That man on the other end said, you've got all the money. He said, you've got $100,000 in the bank right now. I said, yes, sir. Escrowed for this project. I've got $100,000 in the bank. Escrowed for your printing our first batch of hymnals. He said, well, sir, I'm getting my pencil out right now, and I'm putting it into the pencil sharpener right now. And we came to a good price with them. I did exactly what I told them. I said half of it to them. And they even made me another offer. If I would pay in full before they shipped them, they would give me another amazing 2% discount. I said, I trust you so much, I'll pay all of it before you even ship it because I believe in you. Because they outstanding company. I paid cash and I saved thousands of dollars, and plus, I'll just tell you, they've kept all of our hymnal printing business. They just printed another 12,000 hymnals for us, or 14,000, whatever it was. We just had another printing of hymnals with them just now. They've kept all of it through the years, but we started out by paying cash, getting our best prices. And every time we renegotiate for printing more hymnals, we go through the same little scenario. We always have the money escrowed. I'm able to pay cash. Bible Truth Music's able to pay cash right from the very beginning. Because every time we sell a hymnal, we escrow money toward a reprint of the hymnals. We escrow the money for the royalties and escrow money for the reprint. Very little profit in hymnals, very little. But we got off to a good start by paying cash. You can almost always get your best deals on significant things by having all the cash in hand. I'm thinking about times that I've gone to pawn shops to buy musical instruments. I had a band program. Early on as a music teacher, I had a band program. I ended up buying numbers of used instruments. And by having cash in my pocket, I was often able to get instruments cheaper than what their starting price was by being able to pay in full on the spot. So you want to manage your money very well? Number one, consider buying used items, used cars, even used clothes. Number two, pay cash and study this double entry accounting system. Then number three, work your financial goals backwards. Go to your financial goal and make a realistic countdown calendar. That's what I call it, a countdown calendar. I just got off the phone talking to a wonderful preacher, and he wanted some advice about working toward his retirement. And his retirement is coming in the next 10 years or so. And so we chatted for a little while, and we began studying how much money do you need when you do retire, and we began doing a countdown calendar, and we set financial goals and began working our way backwards. How much money do you need to save every single month to make this goal, and what is a realistic return on your money? How much money do you have right now? How much can you invest each month? We made a countdown calendar. And so work towards your financial goals and do a countdown calendar. Work in reverse. Make realistic projections. You know, one of my mutual funds last year, one of them, made 26%. Wow. You can't count on a 26% return. Don't count on that. That's unrealistic. That was a wonderful year, and I had a very small amount of money in that little mutual fund. The smallest mutual fund I've got made 26% return last year. Woo! That's fantastic. I wouldn't make a projection based on 26% return. The way I do with mutual funds, I project an 8% return. And through the years, I've had better than 8% return. But I like to be realistic. And so if you're going to manage your money, number one, buy used. Number two, pay cash. Number three, work towards your financial goals and even have a countdown calendar going backwards to make real projections and have some mile markers along the way to see if you're aiming towards your goal or not. Number four, automatically save money. I mean, have it automatically taken out of your paycheck, have it automatically taken out of your checking account. Somehow make it done automatically. Myself, as an evangelist and with these other little streams of income, it vacillates when I'm going to get money. But I have established that my primary way of savings is I've got an automatic withdrawal from my checking account. That's my primary way of saving. I can add money anytime I want to, but to savings, but I've got an automatic withdrawal, and I pay it just like I would pay any other bills. And I'm investing hard. It's painful. It's very painful to have that automatic withdrawal. But I know if God allows me to live to be 75 or 80 years old or 90 years old or whatever, that I'll be very thankful that here at age 58 that I had these automatic withdrawals. And even though it was painful now, it's going to be of great benefit later. And the Bible talks very much about planning for the future and saving for the future. And so have these automatic withdrawals out of your paycheck or out of your checking account. And then lastly, let me say this. Maximize your retirement accounts if at all possible. I am 58 years old, which means I'm eligible to put $7,000 a year into an IRA. $7,000 a year in my IRA. I made a video about IRAs. If you've not watched it, I encourage you to watch that. I'll explain about a Roth IRA and about a traditional IRA and other IRAs that are potentially available to you. But maximize them. Now, if you're 50 years older or younger, you can only put $6,000 a year in it. But at my age, they have an extra $1,000 a year, which they call a catch-up benefit, to catch up your retirement. And many of us, we're behind. Many of my preacher friends, they're behind. Maybe some of the church members that are watching will think, what can we do to help our preacher with his retirement plans? Many of the pastors I know have not been able to save effectively, especially early in their ministry where their incomes maybe were quite small. But I'm encouraging you to maximize your retirement. If they will match your 3%, if you'll save 3%, some employers say if you'll save 3%, we'll match those 3%. Take them up on that. That's like an automatic 3% raise. That's a 100% gain. Your 3% matched by 3%, that's a 100% gain right there. You want to do that. If it's 4%, match it. If it's 5%, match it. Find a way that you can match that. It's a great way to save. And many employers right now, if you'll do it, will really help you towards your retirement years. Let me remind all of you, the word retirement is never found in the Bible. The word retirement is mostly a modern invention. But as you get older, you're not able to work as hard physically as you were at other times. Now, mentally, age 70 to 79 is some of the best time in a man's life in many cases, mentally. But physically, his powerlifting days and his soccer days are over. So let's all try to manage our money for the glory of God. I want you to be givers in the cause of Christ. Jesus said it's more blessed to give than to receive, and no one's more qualified to talk about giving than Jesus Christ. Well, our 5 little tips: buy used. Number 2, pay cash. Number 3, Set your goals. Make a countdown calendar backwards. Number 4, automatically save money. Make it automatic out of your paycheck or out of your checking account. Number 5, maximize your retirement if at all possible. May God bless.